A little more on the avocado. I'm going to take mostly clear water. And just go over the whole shape, including the shadow part. I'm using I'm cheating a little bit. This is a number 10 of the black velvet. A nice size for trying to manage this. The 12 is doable, but I'm going with this, number 10. And in fact, I think I'm going to shift to this. I'm cheating even more, to a number 4 of the black velvet. Boy, can you tell I'm a fan? In just a moment. Building up a little more of the darker green around both the edge and a little bit sort of as it moves away from the light, a little bit more greenish than yellow. So this is still at number 10. There's a little bit of green still in there, and I know that it's the paper, the shape is still wet enough to do some smooth blending with this much. And I think I am going to get my kind of going on the fly here. More wanting to just kind of paint and let you guys watch. My number 4 go even a little bit darker green, but I don't want to bring in too much. I want to bring mostly just darker color, not a bunch more water. This is working, this brush works way better than the synthetic number 4 for this kind of technique, I will say. I'm always torn on trying to convince people right from the get-go that they have to spend a ton of money on supplies. Versus just getting a few good things and learning. That was not the smartest thing I've ever done. Brought in, I was trying to get the, or maybe it was the smartest thing. Just have to know. Shape was getting dry in some places, and since I'm wanting a consistent graded color change, I introduced a little bit too much wet color there. So that was going to make quite a difference. Actually, now I sort of like it. That's pretty classic. Um, so I brought in a little bit more water just to kind of re-wet the whole shape. But I do want to, if I do want everything to dry evenly, I do need to readdress the whole shape. So there's a little bit of give and take for doing that. This is just mixes of the peacock blue and azo yellow. When I brought that water in, because it was not going to dry right, it pushed out the color to the edges, which was cool, but it pushed sort of all of it out. So now I lost that little gradation to a lighter green, from yellow to a lighter green to then a darker green. So I'm trying to bring in a little bit of more yellow green. Sometimes I'll kind of test the color, just drop it in and kind of test to see how it is in a small spot. This is getting pretty pointillistic, but that's usually how I end up adjusting things how I really want them. The later stages of a painting. I'm trying to make it darker, but it just kind of keeps blending. Look at my big fat heads in the... By looking at it sideways, I can tell where it's starting to dry too much to drop in a little bit more color, and where it's still wet enough. So this, I've officially moved into the fussing too much with it stage. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. I'm going to come back and do another layer on the shadow. That'll be fun.